Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. So in this video, I will be discussing about Plato's literary criticism. So let's begin. So Plato, the greatest and the most original of all the ancient philosophers of Greece, was born in Athens in the year of 427 BC. His parents were the member of families of great influence in the time period of Pericles. From an early age, therefore, he must have associated with men who could talk with knowledge of political problems. His inclination may well have been towards practical politics, but the oligarchic government disgusted him by its violence, and the restored democracy was still worse in his eyes because it was responsible for the execution of his master Socrates. He received the usual education of a high-born Athenian in athletics, music, and literature. It is recorded that he distinguished himself in both poetry and athletics. When he was 20, he became a disciple of Socrates, whose philosophy we know largely through Plato's writing. After the death of his teacher, Plato traveled extensively in Egypt and Italy. Shortly afterwards, he established his famous academy in Athens, where he taught philosophy for 40 years to a small band of disciples. Among his distinguished people were Aristotle and Demosthenes. Plato attempted to put the teaching of the academy into practice and tried twice to take part in active politics, but he was disappointed in this hope. His direct intervention in politics was useless. His success was in the academy. Plato died at the wedding feast in 347 BC in the 81st year. So, Plato was a poet and a mystic, as well as a philosopher and dialectician. He combined in him great powers of a logical analysis and abstract thought with wonderful poetic imagination and deep mystical feeling. So, as we all know that his famous work include The Republic. In The Republic, Plato is concerned to construct first an ideal state and secondly the ideal man, who is the individual counterpart of the state. From the social point of view, we find him making everything, including art, subservient to morality or civic virtue, and from the individual point of view, everything subservient to the philosophic ideal or the pursuit and realization of truth. So Plato had some kind of objection related to art. He said that art is a mere imitation. So Plato's low estimate of art appears also in the theory of art as imitation and his contemptuous references to the nature of artistic genius. As to the first, art is to him only imitation. It is a copy of an object of the senses, and this again is only a copy of an idea. Hence, a work of art is only a copy of a copy. Plato did not recognize the creativeness of art. This view is certainly false. If the aim of art were merely to imitate, a photograph would be the best picture, since it is the most accurate copy of its subject. What Plato failed to see was the artist does not copy his object but idealizes it. And this means that he does not see the object simply as an object but as the revelation of an idea. He does not see the phenomena with the eyes of other men, but penetrates the sensuous envelope and exhibits the idea shining through the veils of sense. So the second objection is neither art nor artists contain or convey any real knowledge of things, because a writer is unaware of essence of things. Essence is something that is original, but a writer is aware of technical scales of the things. He is just portraying it according to the technical scale. He do not know about original knowledge of things. For example, meaning of love only understand by those people who feel it personally. So according to Plato, neither art nor artists contain or convey any real knowledge of things, because artists only know about the technical skills. The third objection is that art put the soul in conflict with itself. So soul, according to Plato, divided into appetite and reason. Appetite is something that is related to literature, and literature appeal to this part, whereas reason is something that is about the emotion, and that doesn't go here and there. So Plato basically talk about that whenever you are listening to a song, you become nostalgic. It appeals to your appetite, while there must be a balance between both the reason and appetite according to Plato. So the fourth objection is that art can promote dangerous imitative behavior. For example, if you see some horror movie, some gothic novel, fiction, so it promotes some dangerous imitative behavior, that you copy it. You copy that particular character, that horror character. So fifth objection is that art weakens the individual and therefore weakens the society as a whole. Plato believed in society. Every individual is very important. According to Plato, every individual is universe. If any individual is corrupt, it also corrupts or weakens the society. The sixth objection is that art should be censored. According to Plato, only the good should be shown. There is a need of a judge who decide which or whether this art shown to the people or not. So, as we all know about that, he had some objection, as we previously discussed in the previous slide. So, Plato has some point of view regarding art as well. He wants perfection from the artist's objection. Artists should not portray evils of the character. Artists need to be better understand the essence of things. Art is deceptive. According to Plato, art is deceiving people. Essence of everything is perfect and unchangeable according to Plato. As we previously discussed, that essence is original thing. Artists through their skill tell something that is, but that is not essence. Okay, he had technical skills, but he does not portray it original. He does not portray originality. Essence is something that is original and what you see. So artist does not have such kind of things. Artists just have technical skills. So Plato also attack on poetry as well. So according to Plato, poetry is twice removed from the reality and it makes men believe in imperfection. According to him, poetry is sudden and poet give thoughts. Plato thinks that poet do not imitate on something, doesn't imitate on something. For Plato, poet give thought to what they write. It is sudden. Poetry appeals to heart and not intellect. It is a temporary, appeals to our emotion. Poetry is not moral in character. It treats both virtue and vice alike. It does not teach good to people. So he had some kind of objection on poetry as well, and he attacked on poetry as well, that it is sudden. The poet doesn't imitate on something or meditate on something, and it appeals to heart, not intellect. So he also have some kind of objection on drama as well, and he thinks that drama needs to be staged and opinion or approval of audience is required here. And first of all, they approved or disapproved it, and through technical skills, sounds of animals, etc., dramatists make us believe in something artificial. So there is no originality on drama according to Plato. And audience are watching the character and they want it to be like one of those characters. So evil character has some bad influence or for the society, losing or individuality. So art show appearance, not the reality according to Plato. Drama, comedy and tragedy both have pleasure to them. We must pity those characters, not make fun of them. So as Plato as a philosopher, we see that as a moralist, Plato disapprove of poetry because it is immoral. As a philosopher, he disapprove of it because it is based in falsehood. Philosophy is better than poetry according to Plato because philosopher deals with idea or truth, whereas poet deals with what appears to him as illusion. He believes that truth of philosophy was more important than the pleasure of poetry. Plato's chief interest was philosophical investigation, which formed the subject of his great works in form of dialogues. And another important aspect is that art twice removed from the reality. According to him, all art are imitative or mimetic in nature. He wrote in the Republic that ideas are the ultimate reality. Things are conceived as ideas before they take practical shape. So ideas are original, and they think and the things is the copy of that ideas. Plato's three main objections on poetry are that poetry is not ethical because it promotes undesirable passion. It is not philosophical because it does not provide true knowledge, and it is not pragmatic because it is inferior to the practical art and has no educational values. So the last point is that Plato as a critic, Plato, the greatest Greek philosopher, was the first literary critic in Europe as well. It may fairly be said that with him literary theory really begins. He placed criticism for the first time on the exalted plane, and he has something to say to all ages. He popularized that larger and more philosophical criticism which aimed at viewing literature in its relation to life and at arriving, if possible, at the innermost law of its being. He set men thinking seriously about art and literature, gave inspiration and direction to the critical effort, and at the same time supplied ideals for the generation to come. Right down to recent time, his idea of poetry have acted as an unfailing stimulus to men's mind. He turned the eyes of men from what is formal, pedantic and petty in literature to the things which really matters. This is why he is regarded as one of the greatest of critics, who is the light of bringer in the truest sense of the term, because he revealed to men the spiritual side of art. So that's all from my side. If you have any queries, you can ask me in the comment section. Please like, subscribe and share my channel. Thank you for watching.